Recently, I have made multiple videos on Antigravity, which is Google's fully free agentic ID that lets autonomous AI agents code, plan, and build almost anything end-to-end. Then we also saw Opencode, which is probably one of the best open source AI coding agents available for your terminal as well as your ID that gives you full control over writing, editing, and navigating code with almost any large language model you want. The problem is, each one is missing what the other one does best. Antigravity, for example, is insanely strong at high-level agent orchestration and autonomous planning, but it falls short when it comes to precision, deterministic code edits, and deep repo-level control, which is something that Opencode does really well. Plus, you have rate limits that are a real issue for many users within Antigravity, even on the Pro tier, where you can hit usage caps pretty fast. Then we have Opencode on the other hand, which is elite at surgical code changes, clean diffs, and model flexibility. But it doesn't handle long-running agent, workflows, or true multi-step autonomy at the same level as Antigravity. So you can clearly see that each one of these tools are missing something that the other one does best. But when you are to combine these two tools, you get the best of both worlds, because Antigravity can plan, reason, and coordinate agents end-to-end, while Opencode executes clean, reviewable code changes using any large language model you want. And together, they don't just write code, they ship anything you specify. This is why today, I'm going to be showcasing how you can use Opencode directly within Antigravity, and by combining them, you're going to be able to get the best coding workflow completely for free. If you use ChatGPT or Claude every day, your limiting factor isn't the model, it's how fast you can get your ideas into prompts. Most people end up typing short or rushed prompts. They leave out context, constraints, examples, as well as tone, not because they don't have them, but because typing all that slows everything down. Get started. Obviously, you're going to need to have a Google account and make sure you have Antigravity installed. You can install it for whatever operating system you have, whether that's Mac OS, Windows, or Linux. Once you have that, then you can easily install Opencode globally using the curl command npm bun brew or peru. But there's another option. You can actually integrate Opencode directly as an extension within Antigravity. Once you have Antigravity opened up, what you can do is head over to the extension store and you can search up Opencode. And once you have that opened up, you're going to be able to find Opencode on this left-hand panel in which you can go ahead and install. Now you have a couple of commands that you can use to quick start it. You can use Command plus Escape on Mac to start it up, or you can use Control plus Escape on Windows or Linux. You have the ability to start up a new session using Command plus Shift plus Escape, or Control in that case, and you have it so that context awareness automatically shares your current selection or tab with Opencode. So that is actually a brilliant feature because you can work with Antigravity and you're going to be able to have context-driven right directly within Opencode as well as whatever you have with your repository. And you can see the button over here. You can open this up directly and you're going to be able to use this panel to help you use Opencode and Agentity, Antigravity's agent, on the right-hand panel. Now I know someone will comment, why use both of them together? Well, the thing is that if you combine these two, you're going to be able to use both of these separate tools in different ways. And that is how you can make the most out of it. Because you can have Antigravity as the conductor and you can possibly have Opencode as the lead engineer. So if you specify these two rules, then you're going to be able to get the most out of this workflow. Antigravity is great at high-level agent orchestration, whereas Opencode shines at low-level coding tasks. So you can use it in two different ways. And the great thing is that Opencode has a lot of flexibility with the models that you can use. There's so many different providers that you can use, whereas with Antigravity, you have only a couple that are obviously rate limited. That way, you can even use Opencode completely for free. So if you have the Pro plan, you can use that directly within Opencode so that you can get access to the Opus model. But what I would recommend that you do is now you have the ability to even access controls directly within Antigravity. So you can press Ctrl P and you have the ability to select different files directly within the environment itself. But now let's actually take a look at it live in action. This is where we're going to go over to the Antigravity agent and select the planning mode and have it powered by the Opus 4.5 thinking mode. We all know that this is because the Opus does exceptionally well at planning. It is able to reason and actually create the proper implementation plan with multiple phases. It's fast, it's reliable, and excels at multi-step reasoning for agent workflows, which is why Antigravity is perfect for this particular step. So it looks like the implementation plan has been created as well as the task list. And you can see that I'm creating a CRM dashboard, and this is the execution plan. And you can see that it did a great job in thoroughly listing out every step as to how the Opencode agents are able to work on developing this. And you can see how detailed it is. This is why I tend to use Opus 4.5 due to its strong reasoning capabilities. Also, a quick FYI, you have the ability to actually create multiple agents of Opencode. So you can actually deploy multiple sessions simultaneously. And that is actually a really great thing because you can create a new terminal and start up Opencode directly within it, which is pretty cool. Next, what you can do is go ahead and attach the implementation plan within Opencode. And you can do that using the add command. And we're going to go ahead and select this. Now what I'm going to do is have it fully code out and execute this implementation plan. And I already have a prompt that has been pre-configured for this. So what we can then do is go ahead and send in this prompt to Opencode to deploy multiple agents to help us create the CRM dashboard. Right away, it is going to execute the plan. It is even going to use its own reasoning to process this implementation plan, and it will break it down into phases that it can actually execute this CRM dashboard. And just like that, we have a beautiful CRM dashboard. Now this is something that it did in approximately 5 minutes, and it was able to build out the front end and the back end for this. And it is a functional CRM dashboard as well. You have the ability to add new entities, new customers, and it is actually going to be able to make changes across all these different components. This is something that it was able to build by using and leveraging Opencode's capabilities as well as Antigravity development plan. But that's essentially how you can combine Opencode with Antigravity to get the best ideal coding workflow that is possibly completely free for using the correct OS and providers. This is something that I highly recommend that you take a look at because it is a great way for you to maximize the output of quality from both of these remarkable tools. But with that thought, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on notification bell, like this video, and please take a look at our previous videos because there is a lot of content that you'll truly benefit from. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys really shortly.